Today, I'm going to share with you which one are the top payment processors in the dropshipping world because a lot of people they're asking themselves which payment processor should I use, which one should I avoid, and which one I need and is a must 100% of the time. Okay, so today we have three payment processors. We have Stripe, we have PayPal, and we have Shopify payments. Which one of those payment processors are the best one, and which one would you have access to, and which one should you avoid? I know there's a lot of question, and I've tried all those three payment processors. I've had problem with all of them, and I had great time with all of them at the same time. So I had bad days, I have great days, I have been banned on all of them, I have been unbanned on certain of them, and basically I have been through a roller coaster of problems with each one of those payment processors. But since I've made, you know, money with drop shipping and I had so many problems, I think that I'm one of the greatest person in to talk about this topic. Why? Because I've made millions in drop shipping in revenue, and not only that, well, I use all of them. So today, I'm going to share with you which one should you use, and at the same time, which country certain payment processors are more important than others. Okay, so let's start with the obvious. So Shopify payments. So Shopify payments basically is the easiest to use because you create a Shopify account and you will have access to Shopify payment. You just need to verify yourself, verify your identity, and you should have access to Shopify payments. And it's the one that is the most flexible all of those three. Out of those three. And even if you get banned, if you get restricted because you're not doing dropshipping properly, or you got a bad product and you need to refund customers, and Shopify decided to ban you for whatever reason, you can simply create another account, and here you go, you're ready to go. Shopify payment doesn't IP ban you, doesn't, unless you do something like way out of line, you shouldn't have problem. Like, I have been banned from Shopify multiple times. I just open another store with the same email and everything goes right. There's not a single problem. As long as it is not too critical, you should not have any problem. But is there a moment that you shouldn't use Shopify payments? To be honest, I don't see a moment where you shouldn't use Shopify payments. And I know certain countries don't have access to Shopify payments. Certain European countries, I believe like France, doesn't have access to Shopify payments. I don't know why, what's the reason, but I believe so. Or at least back in the days when I started dropshipping, they didn't have access to it. Maybe now they have access to it, but there's quite a few European countries that don't have access to it, and I don't know why. But if there's one Shopify payment, there's one payment processor that I suggest, is that one. It's the easiest. It's already integrated with Shopify. It's less headaches. So go all in on that one. But the other ones has pros as well. Okay. So now, what about PayPal? PayPal is, I have a love and hate relationship with this payment processor because sometimes it's incredibly nice. Sometimes it's just want to stab me in the back. And let's be honest, nobody likes being stabbed in the back. And I've basically had holds of up to 180 days on certain accounts with more than $500,000 on those accounts, and it was quite of a pain recovering those funds, but I was able to recover it at the end of the day. Okay, so should you use PayPal? Well, the thing is, on if you're targeting the big five countries, it is not a must. It's not a big deal. If you're targeting European countries, in the other hand, then PayPal becomes handy because countries like, example, Germany, 60% of everybody in Germany use PayPal. So you're losing already 60%, more than half of the customers in that country by not using PayPal. So I suggest you to use PayPal if you're targeting European countries. It is extremely important. If you're targeting like the big five countries, Canada, United States, United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia, well, it's not a big deal. You're probably losing what, 5%, 10%? It's not a big change. You can use it, but it's not a big deal. But if you're targeting European countries, only European countries, then it could go from 20 to 60%. And you don't want to lose all that money just because you don't have a great payment processors. But PayPal is way more strict than any other payment processor on earth. But there's a way around it. Then you need to install an application on your Shopify store that is called Track 123, and it will basically upload um, like the Shopify the the Shopify tracking number inside of PayPal, because that's what they want. PayPal, the way that they work is you have an order, you need to give me a tracking number that works as fast as possible. That's what they want. They don't care about anything else. The moment that you give it, they're happy. You have no problem, you have no stress, everything is smooth. But if you start messing around with those tracking numbers, you will have problems. Obviously, there's other application that will, upload tracking numbers to PayPal, but this is the one that we use, Track 123. Now, what about Stripe? So Stripe, again, it's the alternative that the European countries use from Shopify payments. By the way, there's many more payment processors, but the ones that I'm talking about today, those top three, are the easiest on earth to set up. You can be blind, you can be deaf, and you can still set up those payment processors. They're that easy. I'm just completely honest with you. That's why I use them, because they're so easy. There's out there other payment processors, but they're headaches in order to set them up and to make sure they work well. So I don't do that. But those three are incredibly easy. So that's why I speak about them, because I have been using them for a long time and they're incredibly easy. So Stripe is, like I said, the alternative of Shopify payments. If you need to choose between Stripe and Shopify payments all the way. But if you don't have any option, Stripe is great. And Stripe is less strict than PayPal, but more strict than Shopify payments. So the way to win Stripe is, again, if you don't have too many chargebacks. So you need to make sure that you upload tracking number. You need to make sure that you reply to those disputes, that you do got good customer support. Well, this is what you need to do for all the payment processors. Let's be honest right there. But I think that this one, you need to be a little more careful, because it is not as strict as PayPal, but it is a little bit strict. And they don't want people to mess around too much. But still very good and very easy to set up. So if you have a great winning product, I think Stripe is a great way. So you shouldn't have any problem. And people are paying like thousands of dollars in order to have a Stripe account, to be honest. They're paying thousand and thousand. I cannot tell you how many times I received message on my inbox on Instagram like, hey, do you sell Stripe account? Like, I'm willing to pay you up to $10,000. I'm not even kidding. Like, if you have a great Stripe account, or you know a way to source Stripe accounts, like, people are paying ton of money for this. But like I said, if I need to tell you what is my top three, those are my top three. My top one is Shopify payments. And if I go with European countries, then I obviously need PayPal. And if I'm living in European countries, then I definitely need Stripe. But those are the three top ones. And if you need any help whatsoever with any of them, well, let me know down below. I had all the problems in the world with all of them, so I know how to fix each one of them. I went through everything. So, you guys, this is the video of today. Wish you all an amazing rest of the day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next video. Hope that you like this one, and the next one will be even better. See ya.